if we find that it's not working.
Thank you. Any last questions?
Thank you.
Rushanara,
I have.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to pick up the points that you've been discussing with Dame Angela. The description she provided you about pressure from leaseholders is how I and my constituents have had to work for years.
Yes. Yes.
Whether it's cladding, EWS1, all those things that we had to flag through this committee and elsewhere. And so transparency is key. So what you're proposing will be helpful going forward, provided we get it right. But what you're not providing, which transparency would help, is helping those who are currently stuck paying these extortionate commissions that are imposed on them, i.e. the leaseholders. So can you think of a way in which you can be transparent with this committee to give us a breakdown of the kind, either in a private document in writing of what the picture looks like, because I can't see why you cannot, as you're accountable to this committee, provide that information to us so we have a better picture of the number of companies that are operating in this way and how much commission they are making. And if that has to be a confidential document, you'll need to tell us why, and whether there are commercial sensitivities or any other sensitivities for which you are saying you can't share it with us. It would be helpful to understand what the reason is that you cannot be transparent here. If you can't, if you've got a good explanation, then it would be helpful to have it in writing with some data on what companies are up to and what that looks like. Now, the parallel is the banks with the interest rates, which we've been having, where they've been in here explaining themselves and why it is then they're not transmitting interest rates, passing on interest rates to savers. And I just can't understand, and perhaps there's something that's there that prevents you from telling us. I cannot understand why there is an issue with transparency here, but there isn't there, and why you can't share information with us on what the picture is, because I think we do need to understand what the landscape looks like for those who are currently affected, and work backwards to make sure, until you get this set up right, that they can apply pressure on their freeholders to get a better deal for them.
Yeah. Thank you.
I just wondered if I can have a response.
And I was going to sum up with some similar words, so far away, Sheldon.
Well, with respect, this is a significant data request. There are a significant number of brokers in the market. So
how many are there? Because most of them seem to have left the market, by the way. If there aren't enough is one of the issues that is coming through from news articles and reports about this.
We will of course
Literally
respond we respond to any questions that the committee has. We're always available to respond to the questions of the committee.
Well, those are the questions we're asking. So
I do not have the information that you're requesting.
That's fine,
with
but
me
my
here
question
today.
is, can you provide it in writing? And you're saying you haven't got the resources to do that.
I'm not saying I don't have the resources. I'm saying it's a big data request, and we'll be very happy to respond if we can legally, and to provide and furnish any information
I'm putting
that's
to you
needed.
that it's not a big data request, because there aren't that many insurance companies, from what we're being told in the evidence. There aren't that many insurance companies in the market. Quite a lot of them are leaving the market for all sorts of reasons that you will be better informed about than we are.
Rushanara, can I perhaps sort of try and draw this to a sort of final point in terms of requesting things, because I think Rushanara put her finger on it when she described this as a bit of an unexploded bomb that we've discovered, and I think I've noted the fact that it seemed to have gone on for quite a long time before the FCA took action. I welcome the action that you're taking on behalf of the committee. I think I speak for everyone that you're doing something in this area. You've given us an implementation date of the end of the year, is what I heard. But I also think that we're going to try and test the powers of this subcommittee in terms of asking you for this information, particularly the examples of the extremely large commissions that you observed are being paid. We think that Parliament, through this subcommittee, does have the right to know what information the FCA discovered. We will test that by requesting that now. And I think that we would also encourage you, as you did this afternoon, to continue listening to what the Consumer Panel and what the Leasehold Advisory Service are discovering, so that in future these kinds of unexploded bombs don't remain undiscovered for as long as this one has. that a fair summary? And Rushanara, you want to add something to that?
Just my questions about Myanmar and the insurance.
Of course.
You very kindly agreed to write to me about that.
We will do.
And I will send you the letter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed. So with that.